I have my first stage interview. It's happening in basically 13 minutes. I'm feeling quite nervous about this, but I know what is for me will be for me. I think I had that just moment where I had to take a breath and laugh. Okay, now I remember the answer. But overall, I'm proud of how I answered the questions. I think I did them in the best of my ability.
Yeah, we'd love to offer you the role.
Oh, amazing. That's great. Oh, wow. Okay, that's really awesome. Oh, okay, Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. It's Canisha. If you're new around here, my name is Canisha and I create video content documenting my 20-something experiences. So if you do like the sound of that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. In this week's video, I've basically filmed 2 weeks worth of footage documenting my first 2 weeks at my new role. So I just captured as many moments as I could of those first 2 weeks, whether it was my commute, getting ready, or just actually what my day was like. But I feel like now that I'm getting into my third week of the role, I'm really starting to understand what it is that I do, how we do it, and just really finding my groove in the work. I feel quite fortunate that I've joined a really good team and I've got a really supportive manager. So I feel like it's helped the learning be so much smoother and a lot more easier. So I am a marketing production assistant for a luxury fashion platform. My team is responsible for managing the web and application touchpoints. So we refresh them, we add new content, we manage the different localized pages. So in different countries they have a different version of the website in their own languages, and sometimes they might have different products on there, but we're responsible for making sure that is updated, that is reflective of what exactly needs to be there at that time, and we just work with different teams in order to help this happen. So that's one of the first things that I've just learned a lot within this role itself, is just how many different teams or how many different marketing roles can exist within an organization. Because I feel like when I was studying and when I was thinking about going into marketing, I kind of had a bit of a narrow view as to what kind of marketing opportunities are available. But now being in such a large company, I realised that it's a team for everything. And because it's a team for everything, you can quickly become an expert or specialise in that area. And I think that's just really cool. So let me know in the comments below if you think that might be helpful, but I will probably do a more in-depth marketing video, just sort of talking about different opportunities within marketing that are available, because often I feel like sometimes people just think, oh, you can either just be in social media, but in social media you can have 6 different teams, and I think that is probably an area that would be really cool to look into, and maybe even talk to other people who are in those different roles to give you a better idea. My only concern at the moment is the fact that we currently have storms happening in the UK. So right now we had Storm Eunice over the weekend, apparently Storm Franklin is here. I'm just really concerned that my trains might get affected tomorrow, but I'm praying and hoping that that's not the case and I'll be able to go into the office. So we'll just have to fingers crossed and see what happens until then. So today is day 2 of my new job. I started yesterday by going in the office. My commute, guys, my commute takes a while. It's not that bad because I actually get to read on most of my journey, but it's definitely something that I will mentally have to prepare myself for each and every time I go in. But first day went so well. I met some really lovely people. So day 2 is just cracking on with my action items from that onboarding packaging type of thing. So I have a certain task that I have to complete to make sure that I'm set up on the software that we use, that I have the right information, and also just meeting my team members and seeing how they do their roles. But no, day 3, well underway. I think I've only got a few hours until I finish work. But to recap you on my day yesterday, I spent a lot of it on calls and reading through reading material about the role itself, about the different things that we do, different content management systems that we use, how to use them. So just reading up, getting familiar. Then I jumped on a few shadowing calls, so I got to see my co-workers in action as they do things. They explained it so well as to how certain things work, why we do certain things, and I was just taking notes as I was going along. So luckily I've got a new notepad where I can take down all these notes about what I'm learning and making sure that I can digest it. But today my focus has been on sort of just really taking that information in. I started making some notes on Google Drive, just summarising the things that I've learned and how to use things, create screenshots, just things that I can refer back to, or just make almost like a folder for easy to use, like quick links to different things. But I'm just really happy with how this onboarding journey has been. I think my workplace is so organised with how they onboard new starters. You pretty much have every single piece of information that you need in order to understand what we do on a day-to-day basis, to know where things are, to know who to reach out to. Like, they have it covered, so that gives me a lot of peace of mind. And yeah, I just feel like I had an epiphany whilst I was in one of my shadowing sessions, and I just wanted to share it with you if you're also someone who is starting a new role, or just started a new role, or in a new thing that has a lot of new information you have to take in, learn, understand and go. And that thing is that this moment in time, whether it's day 3 like me, or month 1, or hour 3 in whatever you're doing, you have to remember that this point in time is the least you'll ever know about your role, about what you're doing, day to day. So for me, that means like all these new platforms I'm being introduced to, all these new processes of things that we do on a day-to-day basis. Where I am right now, being day 3 in the role, this would be the least amount I'll ever know about what it is I do. And I just think that's like reframes the learning curve in such a different way, because the learning curve for pretty much everything can be so steep, and it can feel so overwhelming, and it can feel like you need to know so much more than you do already. But really, you just got to look at it in the frame of, this is the least I'll ever know about my role, and there will be a point in time, whether it's 2 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, whatever it is, you become an expert at what you do, and essentially you can teach others. Like, my co-workers have been at the role for like 6 months, some of them have been there for a year and a half. Like, all of them are my teachers on how to use these different tools and platforms. And once upon a time, they were like me and they didn't know anything. So look at it that way. You're gonna just keep learning, you're just gonna keep knowing, and hopefully you're in an environment that allows you to learn, and you are supported by co-workers, managers that give you that room to learn. And I feel like I've been lucky to have both of those boxes ticked, in terms of having a great manager and colleagues that are eager to teach me and show me the way and be patient with me. I'm going to go into the office tomorrow, so I bought my train ticket a while ago just so that it could be a lot cheaper. But yes, heading to London for the whole day, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm already starting to think about what I'm going to wear. I think I'm going to crack on with my training and write up my notes from my past training sessions, and that should keep me busy for at least the next hour or so, because there's a lot of notes and a lot of things that I've just picked up, So let me get up my notes. And now, my friends, is the end of my work day. So 6 p.m. now, just finished. I'm going to spend some time doing some editing and exporting my video that is coming out this Wednesday. I'm actually excited about this one. It's a video all about my old CVs, because when I tell you, it's gone full circle. Like, really has been a journey in getting my CV from what it was like first, second year at university to where it's now, my second year postgraduate now. Oh my gosh, it's my second year postgraduate. Whoa, okay. Where it's come from in between the two places is honestly worlds apart. Once I've exported this, I'm actually going to share it with my dad to see if he has any comments and feedbacks on the video before I sort of like schedule it and work on a thumbnail, etc. But I will also be doing a workout this evening, because like somebody rightly said on Twitter, if I start working out this week, I have 13 weeks until June to get a summer body. So if this doesn't motivate you now to start working on that summer body, like, folks, we have 13 weeks. If when you're watching this, it might be 12 weeks or 11 weeks. I don't know when this video is going up, but start now. Let's work out for that summer body. Let's work out to be the best shape that we want to be, whatever that looks like. But we want to feel fabulous, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel all of those good things. So I'm going to do a workout tonight because honestly, that post had me shaking my boots. I was like, nah, I gotta start now. I don't want any excuses, I'm gonna start now. So yeah, that's the rest of my evening. Do a workout, do some editing, exploring the video, etc. And let's see where it goes. This is the timeline for it. So quite a lot of editing went into it. I think I was a bit confused at first as to how to structure it because there's a lot of different shots. You see how it goes from like, gosh, yeah, you see how it's there and it's like showing two different boxes. Yeah, it's cut in there to be in full screen, and then what's another camera angle? Yeah, I think that's mainly it. But in order to do that, I needed to have two timelines, which one of them I've then muted, which this was the original timeline. And I copied and pasted to create a new one, so I can have this version. Comment below if you'd actually like me to talk you through how I edit my videos and kind of the process for that. I think it might be beneficial to show you what a beginner level of editing, like honestly, I'm not a pro, I'm very much beginner, but I do use Final Cut Pro and I've been using it for a while now, and maybe there might be some things in there that might help you with editing. But yeah, I just think it might be helpful just because I'm not doing like crazy edits, I'm not doing stuff that feels very like out of reach. It's something that people can do as well, like a lot of cutting, blades, overlay, you know, that kind of thing. I can share how I edit my videos and where I learn how to be better at editing. So just let me know if that's a video you'd like to see, because yeah, there's a lot of great content out there, but most of it is targeted towards people who've kind of been editing for a while or have really good familiarity with like Final Cut Pro already, etc, etc. But let me know if you want to see, because also I can include how I save my videos, where I store them, hard drives, and just that whole process.
Started YouTube when I was 16, and
so then I went in with my sleek contour palette. This is how you know I've used it a ton. Probably my favorite contour palette that I have. And then yeah, my finished look is done. So now I can go and have something to eat and then start my work day. So I'll see you in a bit. Also, I realised it's officially 1 week in my new job. A week goes by so quickly. What do you look at? So there we go, that was my first 2 weeks at my new role. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you'd like to see more of my content, and I'll catch you in my next video.